Hello, welcome to Planet Cray podcast. My name is Snook Fly. Say we have Rebel,
What's up?
Allie,
Yo, what it do, man?
Sleeping Hermit,
Yo,
DB Talks,
Doo-doo-doo.
and Homie Virgil. Virgil.
And I am Virgil, the shoulder pads.
Oh,
uh,
Oh my god. How can you even fit in the bathroom with those?
It's
God,
hard. I have to
shit.
turn sideways.
Good luck with that, man. Good luck with that. And topics today, what are we talking about? The latest episode of Vanguard If, episode 8. We'll also be talking about the ban list, Zazan to 1. How do you feel about it? As well as we'll be talking about some new promo cards that came out as a part of the Thank You campaign that you can get 2 of at random, 2 out of the 8 at random when you buy any box at your local card shop. Starting
product.
off with second.
Any product.
Oh, any products. Fancy. Interesting. No. Alright, so starting with that, who wants to start us off? What are your thoughts about the anime? Virgil. Rebel?
I absolutely adored it. It was a great episode.
It's so cute.
First off, Moe Mizaki was something I never thought I would need to see.
But you needed it.
And Rin just being the tuxedo mask of this series is absolutely hilarious.
Glorious.
I never knew I needed that either. Everything about the way the series is going right now is honestly, I love it.
Well, you know,
I don't know if there's gonna be a voice of reason or someone playing devil's advocate. I love this episode. Maybe it's because my girl was in the episode with those cute little nerdy glasses, all clumsy and stuff. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I'm biased, but this episode was great. More Rin with the shoulder pads. I'm all about.
Mask the shoulder pads. No.
And to be able to honestly, for like a few seconds there, I was honestly thinking that Shin was the one that was jammered,
Yes.
and it turned out to be Misaki with that like nice skirt blow up thing.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So
That was dope.
is it just me, or do they oftentimes almost lewd Misaki?
They do. They really do.
yeah.
Like,
They like to do
Just-
that.
oh yeah, I'm gonna throw a super sharp Vanguard card and cut your skirt. What?
I like this episode a lot better than like the last episode. And I mean,
So I actually didn't get
I-
to.
just
I didn't get to put my voice out about the last episode. I actually liked the last
What were your
episode.
thoughts about the last episode? You
yeah.
did? Wow. Maybe I'm the only one.
Now I ship Ibuki and Suiko.
And
yeah,
Suiko?
I mean,
How could you
Yes.
not?
it's they're too cute. So
Yeah, they're adorable together. How could you not?
yeah. I got to see more Ibuki being just the butt monkey of the entire anime, which is hilarious considering, how he was, I think, the second villain of the series.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just everything they've done with him is hysterical, and I love it.
I feel you.
I agree.
It's all great. I love all of it. I mean, Sleeping Hermit, what are your thoughts?
we can let Ally go. I think he was trying to say something before.
Oh, Ella, go for it.
Oh, well, okay. I liked it a lot. This series has been really entertaining. I'm not gonna lie. It didn't make me laugh up until this episode, and that part was when it came out of nowhere in the shop. He was freaking in the he was up on the ceiling, like stuffing his face with a croquette. I'm like, where did you even come from, bro? Like,
Oh, you
Wait.
mean...
No,
One second.
he just wants to sell cards, dude. He just wants to sell cards.
No, he's talking about
No,
Master
no.
Dark in the
I'm
corner
talking about
eating
Master
croquet.
Dark, like in the corner eating a croquette. It's like, oh,
Oh.
You mean this one?
Oh, yeah.
I'm like,
Just chilling. Yeah. Is he a stalker? Let's talk about him being a stalker. Oh, I forgot it.
Shit.
And we broke them. Got broken.
None.
But
it's like, hey yo, what it do, man?
Yeah, what's good? These
It-
croquettes, these are this is good.
I very much actually got kind of hungry during this episode.
Yeah, it's a lot of good foods being made.
Dead.
Went from Magical Girls to Food Wars, like one episode,
Uh,
and I'm loving it.
Episode 10 out of 10, dude. 10 out of 10. That
I
was
agree.
hilarious. I'm not gonna lie.
Even
That was
Ally
hilarious.
liked it. Even
And
Ally
he
liked it.
hates
Best
this
episode.
anime.
I know. I honestly,
I actually didn't
by
like it
far.
at first, but now, right? Now, like, I'm actually enjoying it. Like, that part was hilarious. Like,
So you're saying Virgil and everyone else was right when they were saying give it time?
yes, I'll concede. Yeah, you guys were right. This show's funny.
Interesting, yeah.
Show's funny as hell.
It's a funny show. It's a great show, and it has really nice depth, except for the last episode. That not
Maybe it's
included.
because maybe because it wasn't card fighting. That's why I didn't like it at first.
Yeah.
Then I slowly grew to like really like it. You know. But yeah, I like it so far. It's actually really, really good. I actually cannot wait for the next episode to be garbage in the best way possible.
Yeah, like I've
God.
said since the start of the series, if you don't like it, it's probably just not for you. It's not your typical card fight Vanguard anime because they're not card fighting. They are straight up. It's it's a magical girl anime.
Yeah. It's a decent. I mean, I haven't seen a lot of Magical Girl animes. Is there any other animes before we move on from the topic? Or wait, DB Talks, have you spoken about this yet?
Nope.
You have thoughts?
Yes, couple.
Give us your thoughts. Go for it.
Some minor nitpicks, I guess. I mean, overall, I liked the episode. It was really good.
Some minor nitpicks.
Yes,
No,
couple
you
minor
don't get to have
nitpicks.
minor nitpicks.
So, I guess the boss fight, whenever Misaki transformed into Tsukiyomi, it was a bit underwhelming because she transforms, and then she's just kind of floating there, not attacking, and they're like, transform into, waiting for Emmy and Shuka to transform, and she's just letting them transform. It's like, okay, well, so I thought that was
I
kind of
got
funny.
a counterpoint to that. This
Yeah.
has never been a combat anime. It's comedy.
I mean, that's true, yeah, but there have been other fights where at least like the creature's doing something. Like, for example, the first one, Ibuki's just trying to like card fight it, and they send him backwards.
I see where you're
But I
going
mean,
with that, yeah.
and then the other thing was, so the whole time she's like, I have to study. That way we can expand the shop. That way my uncle can eat. But the whole time he's making food and it's a meat shop.
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
So I was like, what?
Making
I mean, it is funny though.
making
so.
croquets
Other than that,
in
I thought it
the
was good.
shape of cards.
I put it in a whole deck box, dude. Like what?
Yeah, that was weird. Stuffing meat in a deck box. Ugh. Like, imagine him selling that deck box to someone or just giving it to someone, and they didn't know there was meat in there, and they put their cards in there, and they pull them out. Why are my cards so greasy?
I mean, you wouldn't have to worry about that because it wasn't a card shop.
True.
But you gotta
true,
admit,
yeah.
you gotta respect Shin's passion.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
just wants to sell cards.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to have to fold his croquettes in square shapes with his weird fingers.
Yeah, and
I understand
stay
his
up
pain.
all night
I'm
making
also-
the croquets.
Yes, yeah.
To be honest, I like the part where like they all run in and she's like, okay, and Ibuki's like, okay, Misaki, fight me. He's like, what are you talking about? I sell croquettes. What do you mean fight? No, card fight me. I know you know how to card fight. And then as he's seeing, she just tosses a croquette into his mouth, and he's like, pretty good, but still fight. God, Ted.
I almost want Ibuki to get his card fight. Almost.
He fought that one dog dude. Destroyed
Yeah,
him.
but that's not a card fight for him.
Okay, fair, it's not, but like, I don't know. It's just show's too funny now. It's too funny.
It's such a great show. I like how they do balance some of the more somber moments with comedy. But I love it. I love a good dark comedy. Anyway, before we leave off this topic, anyone else has any last statements?
Rebel?
Hmm?
Yeah, what are your thoughts?
My thoughts?
Yeah, you haven't said anything yet.
Yes, he has.
He has? I don't
Not
remember seeing
really.
it.
Sorry.
My bad. Rebel, go for it, dude.
Horrible hosting.
I know,
Tisk,
wow.
tisk, tisk.
It's almost like I
Yeah.
woke up like 45 minutes earlier.
Almost.
Late to-
Almost.
Good for you.
yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah.
That's what was
Good for
fun.
me.
Yeah, it's good for you on sleeping. Anyway,
Yeah.
that's what was
Oh,
fun.
okay. All right, thanks.
And that's what was fun. So, well, yeah, that's a fun episode. Still, kind of have some grits with it, to be honest. But that's just me just getting off of work, though.
I feel you. I get it. Before we do move on, I mean, I guess everyone else good to move on. Let's talk about Zazan. So recently in the
God.
ban list, everyone, there's this entire movement. Everyone was all Zazan to zero. Everyone had thoughts this time about what was going to get banned or not, or unrestricted, and everyone got Zazan to 1. A, thank God Zazan's not in standard. B, seeing him be playing premium it's like watching a nightmare happening in real life. It is unpleasant. The amount of acceleration that comes from that dude is just crazy. Him to 1, like again, like the second I saw him to 1, I immediately thought of 3 decks that can make that happen for it work for them. And like I just from a premium player's perspective, Ally, what are your thoughts about it, man?
Oh, I play premium just as much as I play standard, and I played against Zazan a few times. And this is the first time a single card has made me not want to play a format at all. Like, I hated this card. But I liked it that Bushrod has moved it down to 1. I don't think people really understand like how huge this is, because Bushrod has never like outright limited or banned the card before it came out since like Shiranui and Jemio Congo, and that was a choice restriction. So for them to down it to 1 before said drop is massive, because you know that Busher doesn't like doing that, but they see that the community is screaming, this card isn't fair. You're going to destroy your second best format, right, with this one card. So they listen and they put it down to 1. Does it fix the problem? Kinda, not really, because there's still decks that can fetch it really easily and then do the whole stupid combo. But it does make a big dent into the nonsense that was this card. That's my thoughts on it.
Wait, so you're saying that it's not even released in Japan yet, and they've already restricted it?
It's released.
Oh no,
in Japan.
it's in Japan, but because of the way that Japan has been screaming about it, the way we have collectively been complaining about it on how this card is nonsense, Schroeder said, "Okay, we're listening. We'll ban it, or we'll just limit it to 1." That's good on our end. That's good for the health of the game. But Busher, right, as a business sense, hate it. They hate it so much because now no one's gonna want to get that card now. It,
So
it really does hurt sales for premium collections. They try to do something like this, but for the health of the game, right? If you want longevity for premium, this is a good move.
it's not that big deal. Premium is not that big a deal in Japan apparently. Apparently in Japan they play more standard and limited fight, which is the budget version where you can't have VRs.
So
You can only have triple rares
yeah,
or VRs from trial decks.
the thing about the different formats is you should never, ever just completely kill one of your formats, especially not with a card that is so absolutely busted that even one of makes people cringe. One Zazan is still enough to absolutely win. If you get Zazan in your opening hand, you win. You don't get Zazan in your opening hand, you mulligan 5, so you can get Zazan. That's what you do. You play decks that can search out Zazan. There are about 1,000,000 different decks in this game that can tutor out cards. And just the fact that this is even really a thing just goes to show how much Bushiroad really needs to think about when they make cards. So, I don't believe we've ever talked about why Zazan is broken. Have we?
Yeah, we have. Yeah, we have.
We
Okay.
have.
We have a little bit. We have a little bit, yeah.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure.
As well, Dex.
It's just everything about that card. You just get you get Zazan and you win. You just win.
I mean, like I said, like the second I saw this out, I'm like, oh yeah, you can just put that in like OTT with Muto or Grand Blue with Kakaitis or Pale Moon in general, and you could still just like red face.
Yep.
You could get that off at least 3 times.
Yep.
I mean, and OTT and Pale Moon have enough normals to do it.
Well, so
Vanillas.
here's the thing: if you start with Zazan, and then you turn over a Cyclone, you just absolutely wreck face for the rest of the game. In this game, you start with 5 cards in hand. 5 cards. And just the fact that you're putting them on the back foot so early that they don't have a chance to do absolutely anything. That's the reason that it's so bad. It's way too early. If you do it right, the opponent won't even get to grade 3. I still think that Zazan needs to be completely and totally banned.
I think anyone who peppers this into their deck well enough will definitely be successful, especially if they have a way to search it back from drop zone.
I have a suggestion. Thought that I've had for a while. I've maybe told you Stuckplay off air before, but I kind of want to bring it up here just to see if y'all can shut it down if it's invalid. But
Go for it, dude.
so because I know a lot of people were saying before either outright ban it or put it to 1, and so we got it put to 1. So I guess my theory was, why don't they just restrict it to where it's still a Fora, but but you can only run it with cards that are explicitly Cray Elemental or Vanillas. You can't put it in any,
You see, that's
so would that be an
that's
issue?
still an issue.
If it was just pure Cray,
It's still an issue. Because it doesn't matter if they're Cray Elementals or Vanillas. If you have 4 Zazan, it doesn't matter. Because that just ups your amount of Vanillas you can get to use Zazan's effect.
But wasn't the whole deal was because its effect went off and it worked with other clans that could give like crits and all that stuff? I mean, other than Cyclone that's banned, are there any other Cray Elementals that,
Here's the thing. So the way that the reason it's bad is because let's say you open with a Zazan in hand, right? And you're going first. So you ride to grade 1, use Zazan, flip over Cyclone, plus 5k, right? To all of your vanillas.
Yes.
All normal units, yeah.
All your vanillas. And it's not normal units, it's all vanilla units, so you can use triggers too.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
Then you go to grade 2. Oh, hey, look, you just drew another Zazan. That's like
Yep.
not exactly the most common occurrence because there's only 4 in the deck, and by that point there's like 42 cards left in deck more than likely.
Yeah.
But there's 3 more Zazans left in deck. But let's say you get another Zazan. You use it, you flip another Cyclone. That's plus 10k to all of your vanilla units. They just rode to grade 1. You throw down your vanilla units, and you just raffle stomp them. Because let's say you throw triggers to boost with, and then like vanilla grade 1 or 2. That's plus 20k to both your side columns, and then plus 10k to your vanguard if it's vanilla. How
Let's
how
not
do you guard that?
ignore the fact. Yeah.
You don't.
You just die.
And that's the problem with Zazan. That's why Zazan is such a huge issue. Is because one, there's no counterplay to it
Ouch.
because it's a soul blast. It's not a counterblast. You can't you can't damage deny them because they're just gonna ride. And hey, look, I have soul now. What were you gonna say, Snug?
I said let's not also forget that when you are doing your Zazan actions, you're also drawing 2 every turn. No matter what.
Right. I'm
So that's 2 for
Yeah, I'm more focused on the flipping cyclone. But yeah, you get to draw off of it too. So you're not negging. You're getting so much power. You're drawing through your deck, and let's say you have to run almost all vanillas because if you run Zazan, you should run Cyclone. If you have to run all vanillas, then it won't work at all. Um, And let's say you're running just the Cray Elemental deck, like the grade 2 that lets you look for the vanilla cards. Like it is absolutely busted because at turn 2 you could potentially be swinging for plus 10k on all of your vanilla units, if not more. Because God forbid, before Zazan was dropped to 1, if you got 4 Zazans, that's plus 20k to all your vanilla units. So that's plus 40k to a column. Nobody is surviving that.
No.
So Zazan needs to be banned because even at 1, that plus 10k to both of your columns with your opponent just not being able to do anything and only having a couple cards in hand to guard with, that just means that they can't play the game because they have to guard.
Yeah.
And when you guard, you obviously can't play those cards, or they just die.
I mean, and if you manage to like heal out, if you manage to heal out on your next turn to attack, you can't touch him. He has so many cards in his hand already. There's nothing you could do.
They definitely need to play test their cards.
They need to pick players who are already notable and already do well competitively, or content creators that are well known, and pay them to play test cards instead of just
Well, so that's kind of the side effect of the Bushiroad like the set strategy, because the sets come out so often. We have sets more often than most other card games. Most card games do not get a set every month. But they have to do that because of the clans, and if they don't do that, then clans become underpowered, or they have to release a set that's like 300 cards. But they just don't have time to test these things and future-proof things.
I mean, I imagine that they're planning these like 6 months in advance at least.
Oh, they're definitely planning it much in advance. I think that they already know what products are going to be revealed after the stuff that we currently know is going to be revealed.
And that's why, like, my mindset is, okay, if you're planning 6 months in advance, grab a few Nuno Raimundos or Solomon Guards or whatever have you, throw out some NDAs, and just, like, and just, let them try it out, like, let them see what all the cards are, look at the cards, and then give their feedback. Because they don't even have to playtest it. They can just take a week or two to look at the cards and go, okay, that card's kind of crazy. That card's a little busted. I don't think that card's good at all. Why are we even making this card? This card has no purpose. And then give the feedback back, and so they can look at that feedback, and if they need to test something that they has broken, then they can go test it then really quickly, or they can send that back to further testing. I mean, I think at least the feedback would help. At least the feedback would go, that looks bad.
One would think that the people who make the card game would know how to play their card game.
All right. You would think. I would hope. I mean, that's my point. It's like, if that's not the issue, if you can't play, if you're making the game and you can't look at the card game and go, okay, that looks really strong, then maybe you need someone to hire. You need to hire someone who knows who can do that. And so that's my argument, because a lot of, it seems like they just don't have that person who just looks at it and goes, nah, that's busted.
Yeah.
Like that was one of the first things I realized I noticed about, like, Aqua Bro. He would just, like, look at a card and go, it looks really strong. I'm gonna get that. And then it comes out and it's really strong.
Yeah, I think I made a mistake when I was talking earlier. Is Cyclone banned, or is that Katrina?
Cyclone is not banned.
Cyclone's not banned.
Katrina is banned.
Yeah, because Katrina was banned in the last session. Also, Virgil does the same thing as well.
I think because I assumed Cyclone's name was Katrina. Why? I thought it was
Man,
like,
that would be horrible PR for Bushy Road. Let's make a Cyclone Elemental named Katrina. Wow. Wow. Wow.
Wow.
God,
Oh my
what are
God.
you thinking about?
Yeah, I don't play premium.
Don't give them ideas. Don't give them ideas.
Made that Godzilla
Oh,
card.
if someone were to act on that idea, it would be
Well,
terrible.
here's the thing about that Godzilla card.
Everyone would be laughing, but also everyone would just be like, "Ugh, they really."
Here's the thing about that Godzilla card, the Death Corona card. That's an actual kaiju. It just was extremely unfortunate the time that it came out.
Ugh.
So yeah. No. God damn it.
I apologize for my mistake. Forgive me on my
I mean, here's the thing. Zazan and Cyclone might as well be Katrina for Vanguard. God.
Yeah.
Good point.
Ooh.
Argue it's worse.
Either way. God damn it. That was funny.
It was a genuine mistake. I'm sorry, guys.
So there's the required Zazan bashing, because you're going to talk about Vanguard. You have to bash Zazan.
All right. Now onto something we all actually care about. Well, not all of us, because not all of us got cards we care about. Some of us got cards we care about, and as always, the game favorite Royal Paladin got 2 premiums instead of giving another clan a premium. Got 2 promos instead of giving another clan a promo. I guess we should start with everyone's favorite Hermit's long-awaited double hit unicorn promo.
All right, Hermit, take it away, buddy.
All right, so I run a Pale Moon standard gun salute dragon deck, and for the longest time, this card has been out in Japan, and I'm like, why don't I have this card yet? Why don't I have this card yet? You know, gun salute dragon sucks. The only real support it had for the longest time was purple trapezius. And then we got Peekaboo, and even then Peekaboo was field control. It's like, but we need more field presence, because I'm a very avid believer in running 8 fronts. I don't believe XL should run crits unless you're Narukami or Tachikaze.
Oh, yeah.
But, yeah, so But now my dreams are coming true. America, land of the free and home of the brave. Yay!
And the crown.
America is
America.
America's finally getting double head unicorn, which is when it's put into your soul, you can counterblast one and superior call a card from your hand and give that card 5,000 power. So this is mid-battle superior calling. After end of stage, sucks up all your units. It's refilling your board so that if you do get a front for your second swing, boom, units get power. So that was the good thing. Like, I'm happy we're finally getting double head. The icing on the cake was the reveals for more Gunsalute Dragon support coming out in the Butterfly to Moonlight set. But overall, I'm just really happy with this card. Definitely a 4 of if you're playing Gunsalute Dragon. And I'm not sure if any other Pale Moon units that suck up rear guards into the soul with a Vanguard effect. If any of you guys know, then I think this card would be a solid support in those decks as well.
There's a lot of them,
Here.
actually.
Yeah,
Lukier is one of them.
And Lukier just got support too.
Lukier sucks up. Like, Lukier is a Vanguard ability, not a rear guard. Double head unicorn only works on a Vanguard ability.
Lukier is a Vanguard ability.
To suck into the soul?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
So let's look at what Double Head Unicorn does. It says Double Head Unicorn.
I
auto.
literally just explained it.
Yes,
Oh,
you
yeah.
did.
I was not paying
Man,
attention. My bad.
man, Snug.
It's
All
been-
right. We just need to take him and put him in the podcast hosting school.
Yep.
Yeah.
Or give him some coffee, some hardcore coffee.
I'm getting me a nice large cup of coffee.
So, quick question, guys: which Lukier sucks units into the soul? Because I guess
The new
yes,
one.
New one, I think.
the Venus Lukier sucks at the end of the turn. I don't see the point of superior calling a unit at the end of the turn.
I mean, so
End of the
you
turn?
can, if it does do it at the end of the turn, still you can get other things that give you when placed from soul effects. I'm not a Pale Moon player.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie, but I'm pretty confident that they probably have some when placed from soul effects, like, I don't know, draw. Maybe.
Yeah, there's a difference between being when placed from soul. That's definitely what Lukier does. But end of stage is it sucks you into soul.
I get this. It definitely makes end of stage a lot more decent.
Oh, the new Lukier. Yeah.
End of turn. Yeah.
Yeah. At the end of your turn, cost. If you have 4 more rear guards, put all your rear guards into your soul and get an imaginary gift. Excel.
That's fair. That does suck up units into the soul.
And
But yeah, that's my girl, boy, it, he, she. Since it has 2 heads, is it possible to have 2 genders?
I mean,
Most likely.
maybe
Eh.
it's a
So
horse.
if it's got a male head and a female head, does it share genitals, or does
Oh
it have
my
one
God.
genital and one's an identity crisis?
Okay,
For the
okay.
love of
One
God,
second,
move on.
one second.
Move
You know
on,
what?
please.
Let's just not assume its gender and let it live on as real
I
as it is.
never knew that Hermit had such an interest in horse genitals. And I didn't
No.
want to know that.
Can we move on, please?
Isn't there conjoined twins? Conjoined twins.
Okay.
I'm begging you,
Um,
please. Good God.
bro, be sure to just incognito browse whenever you go looking for shit like that. God damn it.
Yeah. Oh god, Hermit. Oh gosh. Virgil. Wow. Okay.
I'm
On
gone.
to Die Connect Dragon. Jazai, take it away.
Okay, so recently I discovered that Die Connect was a thing, and it was in a similar boat to Double-Headed Unicorn, in that we had not seen this card for quite some time. And Soul Saver, as we all probably know at this point, was my first real deck. It's the first deck in the game that I ever ran. And for the longest time, part of our of our serious soul charging engine was just the Akane Pongal combo, as well as, if you were fortunate enough, multiple Pongals into, say, what was that one blasted grade 2? It was Counterblast 1, Soul Blast 1, or no, Counterblast 1 on swing, and then it gains 5k, and then you Soul Charge or something. I forget. But either way, our true Soul Charging engine was very meh at the time.
Yeah.
So, this really helps us in the fact that this is basically not only Pongal on roids, but it can be played with other stuff. Like, say, if you drop a loading angel down first, and then call Dia Connect after that, then its skill will go off. And if you're lucky enough to soul charge a trigger,
So,
Dia Connect gets
so
plus
Jazai,
10k.
not to interrupt you, but what is his skill?
That's exactly what I was about to hit.
Gotcha.
So, essentially, as I said earlier, it's pretty much Pongal on roids, which means when placed, if there's another unit in the same column, Soul Charge one. If the Soul Charge unit is a trigger, he gains plus 10k. Now, he's already a grade 2 at a base strength of 10. So already, right there, you have a 20k beat stick. Right there. Which, especially in these faster formats where you may have to grade 2 rush if you really don't want them to do as much when they hit their grade 3 turn. That becomes a perfect option. And it just speeds up soul charging a lot. I have proxied it in my own deck, and I have easily reached 10 soul on the first turn. And that is just fantastic. So yes, I for one cannot wait for that card, and it is fantastic.
I honestly like that Connect Dragon. As someone who is openly like, I can't stand Royals because they're too vanilla, I think Soul Saver is actually kind of interesting. A little bit, not a lot. But I think Soul Saver is kind of interesting a little bit, and I think Die Connect definitely helps Soul Saver. Die Connect, there are people also are also looking to pepper Die Connect into Outmount and actual, functional, meta relevant Royal Paladin deck. Who cares about meta? But who cares about meta relevance these days?
Everyone.
Who cares about meta relevance these days?
Everyone.
Everyone can kiss
Everyone, bruh. Everyone.
everyone can kiss my
Listen,
ass.
there's
On to Soul Saver.
no need to play a deck that you're gonna get absolutely destroyed with every time you sit down at the table.
You clearly haven't played Jazai.
God damn it, Snug!
Damn it!
It's I did say
It's fine.
If you
Let's move.
don't
Let's move. Let's move.
if you don't bring attention to
Yeah.
it,
Let's
sometimes
move.
it just doesn't happen. Yeah. So anyway, you haven't played Jazai with Die Connect Direct with this deck. It's definitely an interesting deck. Is it gonna hold up against some of the other things? Not necessarily, unless all the things line up perfectly for it, and then you just find yourself on the first grade 3 turn, on your grade 2, after your grade 2 turn, basically just getting smacked in the face with stupid numbers and force 2 on Soul Saver.
The only way I think that the only thing that we still need, at least I need in my deck, is a way
Loading
to
Angel?
generate a card that can generate Force 2. I don't care if it's specifically Force 2 or something of the sort.
I mean,
But
that card exists.
That's the one.
Cancel a
That
lot.
card exists. You just don't run it.
Yeah.
Any thoughts, Ali?
just saying.
Oh,
Ali, go for it,
so let me go ahead and defend our boy Jazza real quick. When I
Wow,
first started
really?
playing Standard, right, the first deck I picked up was Soul Saver, and so far, right, the support for it actually looks really good. Like Diet Connect, I like it. I like it a lot actually. It helps with your Soul Charge. Gets plus 10 if it's a trigger, so you don't lose that on that. It's just a good card in general. But if we're comparing decks like Soul Saver to the decks that are topping right now, the deck is ass. I'm sorry. But
We're not.
as a deck in itself, it's very interesting. I like it. I like it a lot. It's good. The card is good.
I wasn't
it.
intentionally comparing it to a meta clan. I was throwing out that there's actual other uses for this deck besides Soul
I mean,
Saver.
yes. So, like, it's a good card. Especially, it's definitely Soul Saver support. It's a grade 2 Pongal. Yeah, that's all it is.
True.
Yep.
It just
All you have to do is drop a Kane for loading Angel, and you have
it just seems to me like there might be better grade 2 options, because grade 2s and Royals are kind of insane.
I mean, I've been telling Jazai for a little bit personally that I feel like loading Angel is a better grade 2 than Akane because you get more soul charge off consistently, and you get to draw 2 cards, and she goes in soul. So yeah, you may not be superior charge, superior calling Pongo for the soul charge, but at least if you say call loading Angel, call die connect, loading Angel skill, and then you pull a Pongo, and then you call Pongo in one play without counterblasting for anything.
Yeah, you drew and then you soul
You
charged.
you go through 2 cards, soul charged 3 times
Yeah,
for like 1 counterblast versus call counterblast, superior call,
Akane is
soul charge.
definitely not needed anymore. She's kind of outdated.
Thank God! All these Akane sims out here look at me
Listen,
like I'm stupid when I say
Akane
that.
is hot. Don't fuck with her.
I didn't say she wasn't. I didn't say she wasn't. I'm just saying the snippets for Akane out here these days make a little just disrespecting my loading Angel is just a
there are
shame.
better options, and yes,
Like loading Angel.
yes, I think that Akane
She's the best
shouldn't.
option.
Remember, when you're deck building, you got to have a clear image of how you're going to win. If it doesn't help you get to that as fast as possible, you cut it. If there's something that does it better, you cut that and add the new thing. Akane finds Pongal, which soul charges you. Great. But does Akane soul charge? No. You can force draw into a Pongal, especially with the amount of draw that you have nowadays. You don't need Akane. It's not a necessity.
I feel you.
So, if you don't mind me interrupting, right? I understand why Jazai would run it. It is like a counterblast 1, get 2 units basically. So I understand why you would run it in the deck. And it does say that for Lord Angel to activate, you need 5 units on the board, including himself. But I also understand why you would run Loading Angel in the deck. It is a draw 2 for basically nothing. So I see strengths in Akane. I see strengths in Loading Angel. Akane filling out your board a lot faster, and Loading Angel getting your hand a lot higher with also a soul charge. So I understand them both.
So my thoughts about loading Angel, which is skill at the end of your turn if you have 5 more units. Counterblast 1, put this unit into your soul, draw 2 cards. Is quite frankly, she sets up for the next Soul Saver turn while drawing you 2 cards, and the odds that you don't have a full soul, a full deck, a full field on Royal Paladins is generally kind of slim.
Yeah, if you don't have a full board on Royal Paladin, something's wrong. You're either playing against something that is controlling you way too hard, and you're already losing.
So you're losing anyway.
Yeah, it's very much.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe Akane you can drop to a 2 of and throw something else in, but at this point, I think we have gone massively away from the card we were talking about.
Yeah,
I agree. So let's go on to the next card. Give us Twins, whatever that card is. The
Twin Order
card. This is perfect. Twin Order, perfect for DB Talks. Was it called Twin Order back in the day? Or are they just using the same mark?
No, it was called Twin Order back in the day.
Yeah, it was called Twin Order.
Alright, Twin Order. Auto RC. When it boosts, one of your vanguards get 10k until the end of the turn for each of your force markers. Now, DB Talks
God.
might be wetting his pants in the power right now, but to me personally, this is so. I'm going on the mindset that Grand Gallop is garbage. So you want to go black, is it? With and I've been hearing people doing that with Dayusha. This pops Dayusha off so hard.
Oh yeah.
And then if you go in, it allows you to go Force 2.
Oh yeah.
So once you get 3 rides on Force 2, you call him, and then you just finish like crazy. Like, if you get, like, I would say if I'm building Dimensional Police, which I'm not because it's not a Protect clan, and nor does it have tokens or is it the right chain.
Oh my god.
I just looking at it, I'm like, I would just go like some Dieliner, black, and then a few Dayushas to spear a ride with. And I would actually go 4 because you can do that if you have Dieliner because it gives all your grade 3s 10k guard when it's on the field. This is a good first ride. And then you go into black, and then you black again. That's Force 2. That's 3 Force 2s. Then on that black turn, you superior right guy Dayusha. You have him in the back row. That gives you that power pretty quickly. I mean, I'm saying if you have him in the back row.
Let's have the
And you have
I don't think you
police
you'll
player
get the
talk
combo
about this.
actually. I don't think you get the combo. See, after looking around it, Dieliner is the first ride target. Black is the first ride target if you're going first.
Alright. Oh, okay, got you.
Because Dieliner is a bad going first, from other people have been saying. Black is actually better to go first with instead of
Dieliner.
going second. Yeah.
I second this. Yeah.
My bad. Okay.
And the combo you're talking about with Dieliner, Dieliner with black and Dayusha is basically just do black, then go into Ultimate Grade Dayusha, activate skill, then use black skill right after it to go to Dieliner.
Yeah. I mean yeah. And like this card helps you get there a lot faster. And it just makes you super like having to guard this at 2 crit, kind of if you don't have a PG, you're dead, man.
I mean, it's only 2 crit.
Trigger checks happen. DB Talks plays great. Dimensional Police. This is for DB Talks, man.
Well, then why are you talking?
Because I wanted to set it up because he's never heard this card before. I didn't give him information ahead of time.
I've actually played against
Yeah.
it.
Also, I love this card. By the way, I love this card.
So the
like,
person
where is this card for Protect 2? Sorry.
Well, the person at our shop who also runs the police, I played against him, and he has it proxied in and some other new stuff. And yeah, it's just absurd because like he can just give power. He can get ultimate dose off really fast, just with that card. And so, granted, I was using the outdated D police, so that was part of the reason I lost. But at the same time, it just really helps getting that power to the Vanguard. So yeah, it's a really good card, and I should probably consider proxying it in my shelf, to be honest.
I definitely second that. You should definitely do that. Just let me know if you need me to print some stuff out for you, bro. Are we done with this card? Can we go on to the next one? Anyone have any other thoughts before we move on?
Nope.
That's good.
Until you want to go. I think I sent you 3 cards.
Well, you sent me 4.
4 cards? Oh, yeah, I did.
Double-headed, Die Connect, Twin Order, and Burn Rise.
Yeah. Go Burn Rise. And let the Kage Bro take it away.
The Kage Bro isn't here. But I can...
The other Kage Bro is here.
Which Kage Bro is that?
Rebel.
Oh.
I used to play Kagura a bit.
Either way, Rebel, yeah, go on ahead.
What?
Take it away, bro.
Don't really talk about this card, but whatever. Burn Rise, Dragon. When your Vanguard stand by card ability, Counterblast 1, discard a card from your hand. This unit gets plus 15k and a crit to the end of turn. Where the hell was this when the end came out? I'm sorry. Where was the hell was this at when the end came out?
I mean, that is pretty good. Counterblast 2 plus 30 plus 2 crit. Yeah.
Oh my god, that makes. Would you run this in
Guard
your
2 as
cross
well, but
build?
you should be
I
fine
mean,
with
it's
that.
it's it's Overlord. You're discarding anyways.
Yeah.
Virgil Rebel, would you run this in your cross builds?
Maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe. Seemed more like the end-ish, but they both can run it.
Like, so this isn't bad. Definitely not. I might. Well, so like, what's the other one? The one that looks at the top 7 for a, or no, top 5 for a grade 3, but it also gets plus 5k every time your Vanguard restands.
Lava
Yeah,
Flow.
Lava Flow. It reminds me of Lava Flow.
Not a lot of
Yeah.
flow. Else.
It reminds me of that card, but without the searching, which in an Overlord deck, if you're not searching for the cross, you're done. If you don't get the
Yeah.
cross in that deck, you lose.
What about the Great?
I don't run the.
The Great
mean,
can
I
also
feel-
use them as well.
I mean, I feel like
Technically,
yeah, because you could have this on the other side where you would have your Neoflame. So instead of 2 Neoflames, you'd have one of these, and then one Neoflame, one the Great, and just
No, what I mean by it can be run the Great, that means Great doesn't waste his 2 counterblast for
Yeah.
Neo Flame. You can just give it to
yeah.
it this thing
Yeah,
and let it have hit for a big number, and they have to draw guard 3 attacks.
I feel you. That's any other conversations before we move on? I think that was our last.
I like this card, but what's turning me off is that discard. I know we're discarding a lot from hand, Overlord, but that discard, I don't know. I know it's a good cost, and what you get back is massive, but that discard is kind of annoying me.
It's not really a problem in
discard is
Kagero. Aramo's on the field. What's it named? The grade 1 that lets you draw, retire it, draw. There's so much draw in Kagero. It's not even funny. So the
Okay.
discard is negligible.
You'll know. I stopped playing Kagura when the end came out, so you'll know more
Yeah,
than I do.
like-
But it just that discard didn't look too appetizing
Throw-
to me. But if there's a lot of drawn Kagura,
Yeah,
this card's
like-
nuts.
So in my the cross build, I run Aramo and the grade 1 retire draw, and if it hits Sablenut, thank you, and if it's on Vanguard and it hits, you draw. So it's real simple. Like whenever it's your turn, you either pop one of their rear guards, pop an Aramo, pop a Sablenut, and draw 2. Hell, I've done it to where I've drawn 3, and because of my entire back row was filled, and the amount of draw in Kagero definitely negates the discard. The counterblast is also negated because of Aramo, who is getting reprinted.
Fighters Collection.
Yeah, the Festival Collection.
Question.
Yeah.
And the discard is not a problem, especially because you're gonna discard 3 from the cross, right? But you get 2 more drive checks. So you're getting 4 cards from the cross. You're dropping 3 of them, so it's a +1 there. And you're also plussing off of all of your retire if you're doing it right.
Word.
And even if you don't have a card that says retire one of your opponent's rear guards, you take a rear guard swing at one of their rear guards, and there you go. You could
Yep.
you still get the retire off. This is a very good card, I think.
I like it. Yeah, I think it's really interesting. I mean, I did cherry pick. There are 4 other cards. I didn't think they were all that great. There's Mega Colony, there's Takataze. There is another Royal Paladin card, and then I don't know, I forget. Oh, Spike Brothers card. God, Spike Brothers needs love.
I think Spike card's actually pretty good, but I'm not a Spike player, so I don't know.
Yeah,
So
same.
honestly, I think we should have gotten all these cards much earlier.
I think they need. I think if they're gonna create promos, they need to make promos international
Definitely.
instead of holding them in van. Like again, like it all goes together to create. Is just creating a consistent play style, a consistent meta throughout the entirety of Vanguard. And when you're having months in between or a month in between, and you have promos that don't come out for like almost a damn year, like Twin Head Unicorn, like it just hurts the meta overall. It hurts the game state, and you need to have that consistency. And it's really just smart logistics to make that
Yeah,
happen
definitely.
instead of just being lazy and not really caring, which I do
The
put up with.
the big problem with a lot of these promos is they are for old decks. As much as I hate to say it, uh, end
love
of
that.
stage should have gotten double-headed unicorn a long time ago.
Yeah, like a year ago.
Because
Yeah.
But on it, sorry for cutting you off. It should have gotten that around Rise of the Leader came
Yeah.
out.
It should have gotten it a very long time ago because end of stage was never really that good a deck. But nowadays, it's it's irrelevant. Um,
Yeah.
and oh look, we got double-headed unicorn, which is really good support for end of stage, at least as far as Hermit says. Um,
As you.
and yes, I think it is. But like, it's also support for the rest of Pale Moon. I understand that, but it seems like it's really an end of stage card.
I
The
agree with you. I think they should.
Soul Saver
Yeah.
support. Alt Miles out. Why? 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 Why?
This also works with
That should have came out around the third wave
Right.
of support.
Yeah,
Girl
it
Power
definitely
came
should've.
out.
I mean,
Um,
this works with Outbound. Outbound likes to Soul Blast a lot. They prefer it. Adding extra Soul Charge gives it a little more ability to not take as much damage.
yeah, it's just
Yeah, but it's for space for it though.
yeah. You have to. Yeah, you definitely have to clear out one of your very important grade 2 slots.
Yeah,
I
you
mean,
got
I didn't
Leverell, you
I didn't
got
say it was
Cloud
really.
Violinist.
I'm just saying I'm seeing people actually look for this card for.
Right, but
Yeah.
it's once again, it should have come out sooner, because the decks that it supports the most are irrelevant.
Yeah. I honestly think it's hilarious to call this a key campaign. I'm like, no, this is a. Oh, I'm sorry, we forgot to give these to you like months ago.
Yeah.
Campaign. But thank you anyway. Yeah, like I just there's a lot going.
So Twin Order is gonna be.
That being said,
Gonna
I
be.
do. Yeah, go for it.
So Snug, we're going to have a long talk about this after this broadcast is over.
I'm bad with names. I tell people this all the time.
Like, jeez,
Like,
man.
the first thing I ask you is like, do you mind having your first name being said?
That's pretty funny.
Either way, so back to the promo talk. Twin Order is going to be seeing a lot of play with the new set that's coming out in September.
Yeah, it definitely will. But I mean, here's the thing about D-Police. D-Police as a clan is irrelevant. Like, it.
Oh my god! Come on,
like,
man.
come on. Let's look at D-Police and see the support they got, and come on, like.
I mean, the support has been good. Like the Greg Yushu was good. Liner has been good. Grand Gallop. We don't talk about Grand Gallop, but Black was good.
So
Black was good.
Compare that support to the other supports that came out around the same time. D-Police has never, even when D-Police first came out, it was never as good as the other decks. I hate that, but yeah.
Would it have been better if it was a Protect line?
No.
It's basically designed to be a Protect line.
No, it's designed to be a Force clan.
No.
It's not. It's designed to be a Force clan, man.
It's designed to be a protective Force clan. Is that what you're saying? A defensive Force clan.
You know what?
No.
We can talk about this next week. We can talk about what clans should have been in different with different gifts. Let's do that, shall we?
I love that topic.
Because we are coming up on an hour.
Oh, we can also talk about the people talking about if there's gonna be a 25th clan
That's a
in
product
that
stream, but
strategy. Yeah, in the strategy stream. I've been hearing a lot of that too.
All right.
that's a product stream, but that would probably way before our next broadcast.
Yeah.
Just literally comes out
When is the product stream?
22nd.
22nd, 23rd, I think.
Yeah, one
Interesting.
of those 2 days.
Few days away, actually.
Yeah. So
Okay.
Wednesday.
Can't wait.
Yeah. We can definitely wrap that up. Talk about that. All right. I guess any last thoughts before we move on? Before we wrap up the podcast?
But I like the promo cards. Honestly, I think Twin Order and Burn Rice is going to see a lot of play. But I think every other card, like Double-Headed Unicorn and Die Connects, for people who want to build different decks. They don't want to go with the mainstream stuff. They want to build some different. So, I agree. This report should have came out months and months and months before, but we have it now, so we can't complain.
Some of the main sets.
Yeah.
Especially in stage. The whole set of Vosley was a failure for a lot of decks.
I mean, I have nothing else to say.
Except Senbaku.
Yeah. I just hope that they stop making structured decks inside of decks. I mean,
Okay.
actually, I like that. I think that they make the deck inside of a booster, but then so people can like just say, "This is what I want. All I need, everything I need is here. Let me go buy all of this," and then give support with the other units instead of just giving like crappy vanillas and like other unit options that no one's gonna put in the main deck that you're putting out support for.
For the newer players.
No, that's what I just said. That I said I dislike the idea of strategy of structured decks inside of a booster, but I also see the use for it, and I count that use. I'm saying instead of making a bunch of options that are worse than the options that you've already given us, or worse than the options for the other deck, give us actual support for older builds that a lot of people play. Not everyone focus on being meta relevant. A lot of people play other things. If you use the opportunity to instead of making another third vanilla card, fifth vanilla card, grade 2, or another, you know, random one line card that doesn't do a lot and is really not that great for us. Instead, maybe use those slots instead of making extra random commons that don't do anything. That would be helpful for the deck that you are already for the deck that you're putting out in the set wave in that set. Support older sets.
I mean, there's an easier way for that, and that's if the clan they support gets a trial deck before the booster, and the booster will just have support for that set of that clan.
All right, I'm gonna step in here,
I
guys. Next week.
Gotta
Next
wrap it up.
week. Like we don't want to
Alright.
waste topics. We don't have a lot of time to
Alright.
talk about this.
You're right.
Alright, fine.
Alright.
Sure.
Well, and until next time, thank you for listening and/or watching. Thank you for Virgil for doing this beautiful, beautiful stream for us. Please subscribe, follow him on Virgil Vinavicious on Twitch.
Thank you,
follow,
Virgil.
subscribe, do all of the things on YouTube as well. And thank you. Peace.